Carl had an opportunity to go top last weekend. If results don't go your way this weekend, you could be out of the six. Do the players understand the importance of this one?
Yeah, look, it's all the games are very important now in this back end of the season, and there's a lot of teams pushing to make the six, and a lot of teams pushing now to make that top two spot. So, and I've said before, our home games are really important, and we have very good success at home. So we're expecting tomorrow night to be no different.
Difficult way to obviously lose last weekend. How have the boys been this week on the track?
Yeah, they've been a little bit sore this week, I'll be honest with that. So it has been a very light week on the track this week, and we have to be mindful of the playing group, where we are and what we've got ahead of us as well. So it's it's important tomorrow. We take it one game at a time now and really focus on tomorrow night's result.
Now that you've said that, is everyone available? Was anyone out of the squad from last week, and how's Mo Toure looking?
Yeah, everyone's available from last week, and as you said, Mo's had another week of full training, so he's available to be selected as well.
Joe Gauci with that mistake, obviously he would have been disappointed, but you expect that from young players. Where's James at? Is James knocking on the door as well now? Yeah.
So James has been at full training now for the last 2 weeks. We just need an opportunity for James to play a proper 11v11 match before he can come back into our squad, and he'll get that opportunity on Saturday in our MPL side.
Expecting to use Mo this week now that he's available?
Yeah, that will depend on how the game turns out. We know what Mohammed is a very exciting player, and as I said, he'll most probably take part in the matchday squad, and wherever he gets an opportunity to play, that will depend on how the game pans out.
How do you go about deciding whether you're going to put on Al Hassan or Mo from the bench?
Yeah, that all depends on where the game lies at the time, of what asset is best suited to what's happening in the match.
Did you have a chat to Joe about that penalty? Do you talk to him, sit him down and say, this is probably not the dying minutes of the game, dying seconds of the game, this is probably not how we do it, or how do you address that situation?
Yeah, that's Eugene's department. Eugene works extremely well with the goalkeepers, and he's always providing a lot of guidance to them and a lot of feedback to them. So Eugene has been tremendous so far with the goalkeepers this year, and no different from last week.
Just on the Toure brothers, obviously you say depending on the game, which often means if you're behind, I suppose, but do you ever think about what a lift it gives to the team and the crowd? We know that the boys have only played once, I think it is, together up here at High Marsh. Do you ever think about something like that? Let's bring them on together and get the crowd behind us?
Again, it all depends on where we lie in the game. We know what they both can bring, and if we're chasing games or even if we're in front, it depends on what I see is the best strength to bring more success to the team.
What do you make of Western United?
Yeah, they're a very good side, very difficult side to beat. They've got a lot of experienced players, so very difficult to come up with a game plan against them because of the way that they play. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be a fairly exciting game. I'd say, it might be a few goals in the game as well, I'd say.
Bessart Brishaw, in particular, has had a good record against Adelaide, probably a good record against
everyone.
How do you go about stopping him?
Well, he's a great goal scorer in the box, isn't he? So we have to limit the opportunities that they can deliver balls into our 18-yard box. If we limit that, then Barisha sort of is out of the game, because that's where he's deadly. He's deadly in that 18-yard box.
Is there any thought to giving some guys some game time in the lead up to finals, thinking that maybe you'll lose it? Halloran and Goodwin, maybe a few more. Is there any thinking that some of these guys that haven't played as much, you need to start giving minutes to?
No, not at all. As I said, we'll take one game at a time, and we'll play our best team to get us a result. And if that means other players miss out and don't get much game opportunity, that's unfortunately that's the life of a professional footballer.
Did Tommy Urich pull up okay?
Yeah, Tommy's all good. Yeah, he's now it's been a good 4 or 5 weeks now, and he's had like 4 games in a row and played most of the minutes in those games. So he's getting better and sharper every week.
Again, just on the Toure boys and Dakuli, how are they dealing with Ramadan? Have you given any special treatment or any extra help for those 3?
Yeah, no, they've been fine. As you said, we're fortunate that the games are at night, so they can at least have something before the game. So it hasn't been too bad.